Standard 9 Science and Technology, Chapter 1 Laws of Motion, Part 4. Subtopics Equations of Motion using Graphical Method. Equation describing the relation between velocity and time. Equation describing the relation between displacement and time. And equation describing the relation between displacement and velocity. Newton studied motion of an object and gave a set of three equations of motion. These relate the displacement, velocity, acceleration and time of an object which is in motion or moving along a straight line. These equations are also known as kinematic equations. Kinematic means a branch of mechanics that deals with pure motion without reference to masses or forces involved in it. Anyways, you can just remember using the word equations of motion. So let's see how it goes. Suppose an object is in motion along a straight line with initial velocity u. It attains a final velocity v in a time t due to acceleration a. Its displacement is s. Then the three equations of motion can be written as the first equation where the relation between velocity and time is considered, that is equals to v is equals to u plus at. Second equation where the relation between displacement and time is mentioned. So that is s equal to ut plus half at square. And the third equation where relation between displacement and velocity is studied, that is v square is equals to u square plus 2as. Now you can see in these three equations v describes final velocity, u describes initial velocity, a stands for acceleration, t stands for time and s stands for displacement. Here we need to understand graphical representation means understanding the motion or motion related quantities of an object on graph. So, as we said a moment ago that suppose an object is in motion with initial velocity u, it attains a final velocity v in time t due to acceleration a. So, let's see on the graph here. On x-axis we have taken time and on y-axis we have taken velocity. So, an object starts its journey from point D with initial velocity u. Its velocity keeps on increasing and after time t, the object reaches to point B. So, looking at the graph, we can write the initial velocity of the object u is equals to the distance OD and the final velocity of the object v is equals to distance OC. Now as I said that on graph we have mentioned the quantity time on x-axis and the quantity velocity on y-axis. So definitely we will study the velocity over this axis, y-axis. And the time taken for this movement is t, that is equals to OE. Therefore, acceleration A is equals to v minus u upon t, or looking at the graph we can write acceleration A is equals to OC minus OD upon t, or again we can write it like A is equals to CD upon t, because we have seen OC minus OD is equals to CD. So, we can say CD is equals to A into T mathematically, and that will be our step 1 to carry on the further derivation. In this velocity time graph, the slope dB projected with respect to time axis is actually the acceleration produced. So when we talk about motion of an object through graph, we have to draw projections for velocity and time involved on both the axes. Then only we get the values. This is how we study graph in general. So notice the projection drawn, BE, CB and DA for velocity and time respectively. Now from the graph we can see the distance BE is equals to AB plus AE, and that is what the final velocity of the object if you look at the left hand side. Or we can say V is equals to, that is final velocity is equals to CD plus OD. That also we can say. Why? Because see, AB is parallel to CD, or we can say AB will be equals to CD, and same A is also parallel to OD, so that distance also will be same. So we can write final velocity V is equals to AT plus U. Why AT plus U? From first step we have taken. From first step means what? In the previous slide we have calculated that distance CD is AT, and here we can see the distance OD is what? Actually it is the initial velocity U. So this we can write V is equals to U plus AT, and this is what the first equation of motion. Now let's derive second equation of motion. Equation describing the relation between displacement and time. From the graph, now we have to study what is the displacement of that object reached to point B in time t. So let's assume the acceleration produces A and the distance covered by that object is S. So now we have to consider the area below that slope, that is below the line dB, to find the value of displacement of the object. So in the graph we can see an area of a quadrangle DOEB below that slope dB, and that is actually the set of a right angle triangle DAB and a rectangle DOEA. So by calculating the area of this figure we can find the displacement of the object, or we can write displacement S is equals to area of quadrangle DOEB, or S is equals to area of rectangle DOEA plus right angle triangle DAB, because this quadrangle DOEB is made up of this rectangle and triangle. And when we replace the value we get S is equals to area of rectangle AE into OE, because length into breadth, plus area of right angle triangle is half length into base, that is half into AB into DA. But here we can see the values. AE is equals to U, that is initial velocity U. OE is equals to the time taken T, and AB is equals to AT. Why AT? Because we have seen that AB is parallel to CD here, and value of CD we found is 80 in step 1. Same, the value of DA is equals to T. because dA is parallel to OE and that is equals to the time taken to cover that distance. Therefore, displacement of that object S is equals to UT plus half AT square. By replacing all these values, you can get this, and this is what Newton's second equation of motion. Third equation of motion, that is equation describing the relation between displacement and velocity. Here we'll not talk about time. So now in this case, displacement with velocity, so we have to consider the figure from velocity axis side, so that you just see the figure alongside, means that area which falls between velocity axis and its projection between line BE. So in this way, when you see the figure, the area of the quadrangle DOEB is actually a trapezium. So we can calculate value by finding the area of trapezium, which is shaded with yellow color in the graph. So what is the area of trapezium? Formula is half into sum of lengths of parallel sides into distance between the parallel sides. So S is equals to, with the figure when we keep the values, half into sum of length of parallel side is OD plus BE into distance between the parallel side is OE. But from the graph we see the values of OD is U, PE is V and OE is T. So on replacing the value in the formula, we get S is equals to half into U plus V into T, and that will be our step 2. But we know acceleration is V minus U upon T, or from this formula we can find the value of T, that is T is equals to V minus U upon A, and this will be our step 3. So remember, we don't require T here because we are concerned with velocity and displacement. So we will replace the value of T in step 2 from step 3. So the value will be S is equals to half into U plus V into V minus U upon A, or S is equals to V plus U in bracket and multiplied by V minus U in bracket upon 2A. Already we have studied in algebra. There is an algebraic expression for this, that when in such case A plus B bracket A minus B, its value is A square minus B square. So same way we can solve this and we get the value 2AS is equals to V square minus U square, or taking the velocity, final value of velocity, we get V square is equals to U square plus 2AS, and this is Newton's third equation of motion. We will be using the same graph for all these 3 equations, but we'll have to look at the figure in different way to get the proper values with respect to the quantities. That's all for the day. Thank you.